Everyone. My name is Jakub, and I'm from the Pavol Jozef Šafárik University in Košice, Slovakia. I am also here with my colleagues Miroslava, Valentina, and also we have our student from Ukraine, Amina, who will be here as interpreter if there's going to be any communication difficulties. So right now we're going to start with the quick presentation about our university, and then we can move on to the questions. Okay, so our university is in the eastern part of Slovakia, as you can see on the map. Košice is the second largest city in Slovakia, and our university is one of the oldest universities in Slovakia. So about our city, we have around a 250,000 inhabitants and almost 20,000 students are here. We are a cosmopolitan, multicultural, and multilingual city of young people. So students from all abroad, all around the world come here to study, and there's no trouble to talking in English and also Ukrainian as well, because a lot of people also know Ukrainian since we are so close to each other. The average age of residents is 35, and we are one of the best English speakers among all Slovaks, which is a benefit for a lot of international students. As I said, we are the oldest European and the second oldest. We have the second oldest World International Peace Marathon, which is one of the biggest events of the year we have here. We also have a lot of cultural events, a lot of museum days. We have an annual street food festival. We have a classical music spring. So even if you are a student, you can have a lot of cultural events here that you can visit. We have almost 20 UNESCO spots within 100 kilometers of the city, which is great if you have any like days off. So you can travel outside the city and you can find a lot of hidden gems around the area. So about the university, we are, as I said, the second oldest classical university in Slovakia with more than 7,500 students. Some history, the old traditions of the university were restored in 1959. In 1963, the Faculty of Science was established. In 1964, the Faculty of Education in Prešov, which is unfortunately no longer a part of our university anymore. In 1973, the Faculty of Law was established. In 1998, the Faculty of Public Administration. In 2007, the Faculty of Arts. And our youngest institute is the Institute of Physical Education and Sport. We will talk more in detail about these faculties and institutions, so don't worry. So about why we have the name Pavol Jozef Šafárik, he was a Slavic philologist of European acclaim. He was a renowned Slovak historian, a literary theorist, poet, editor, and the founder of Slavic studies and ethnography. So that's why we chose his name. For the rankings of our university, as you can see in many rankings, we are in the world, we are around the 800 to 1,000 place, but in Slovakia, as you can see, we are the second best or the third best. So for choosing Slovakia is for our university is a good idea, I would say. We have a lot of memberships. We are partners with the European University Association, for example, the French Institute, American Chamber of Commerce, as well as British Chamber of Commerce, our city's IT Valley, Human Resources Strategy for Researchers, or Aurora European Universities Alliance. So we have a lot of partners all around the world and all around Europe. So now let's start talking about a bit about the faculties. So start with the oldest and the biggest faculty we have is the Faculty of Medicine. It has more than 3,300 students, and almost a third of them are international students from 65 countries. So if you decide to study, you can study in Slovak, but also in English, because the Faculty of Medicine provides all studies fully in English. So you don't have to know Slovak. We have the study of general medicine and dental medicine. Uh, General medicine is a 6-year program, and dental medicine has been changed recently. It's now only a 5-year course, which is going with the rest of the European Union. So it's the same as all other universities. We have diplomas that are recognized in all EU countries and most USA federal states. So there's no issue with if you graduate from our university, you can find work all around Europe when you graduate from Faculty of Medicine. We have, as I said, general medicine and dental medicine, but we also have bachelor and master programs, for example, in nursing, physiotherapy, public health, laboratory diagnostic method in healthcare. But also we have PhD studies if you decide to study after your doctor program or MA studies. We have a lot of programs such as pharmacy, public health, also general medicine, dental medicine, surgery. So there's a lot to choose from when you want to study a PhD. We also have a double PhD diploma with the University of Groningen in Netherlands. And also we have a great tool for a lot of medical students. We have a simulation center, which is, as you can see, we have a, oh, we don't have a picture. Oh yeah, we have. So this is a newly added place in the Faculty of Medicine where students can learn uh, about diseases, surgeries on virtual, like in a virtual space, but we also have like lifelike mannequins, which the students can perform a lot of like operations or any like treatments. So the students don't have to come in contact with real patients before they actually come in contact with them later in the studies. So for the Faculty of Science, it's our second largest faculty. We have more than 900 students. It has less international students, so it's a 100 international students from 15 countries. We have new bachelor and master programs. The newest one is data analysis and artificial intelligence, which is fully in English as well. But also we have other programs such as physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, geography, computer science, and teacher training. So there's a lot to choose from when you want to study at the Faculty of Science. We have cutting-edge research facilities that foster innovation. We have also a double degree PhD programs with universities in Spain, France, Czech Republic, and Ukraine. And we support international mobility and global university cooperations and collaborations. So the Faculty of Science is always improving. As you can see here, we have the Faculty of Science is a part of Technicom, which is in the University Science Park. It's a center for technologies providing incubation environment for the formation and development of startup and spin-off companies. We're also a member of Promatech, which is in the Research Center of Advanced Materials and Technologies. It is a platform for the development of cooperation between academia and industry in the field of applied materials research. And also we have MediPark, which is in the University Science Park and is an international center for applied research and transfer into practice in the field of biomedicine. So a lot of students can be in the MediPark and have like this proper research. Doesn't have to be necessarily in the classroom. So for the Faculty of Law, it has more than 1,000 students. We have a BA program, which is combines law in Slovak, English, and French. The technical term is lawyer linguist. So you're more inclined to you're not going to be a lawyer. You're pretty much going to be like analyzing law text. However, we also have BA, MA, and PhD study programs in the field of law. We have pretty much all the laws covered from public law to criminal law. The Faculty of Law cooperates with the Constitutional Court of the Slovak Republic, the Regional Court in our city, as well as the Slovak Bar Association. And most of the teachers in the Faculty of Law are either lawyers in the city or judges. So they teach pretty much all their personal knowledge. For example, we also have legal clinics. which is a thing we offer to the citizens of our country, which gives our students of law a chance to provide help to people all around the city, and they gain experience. And so people come to the students, they help them, and it's obviously for free. And there's a lot of laws covered. So it's asylum law, medical law, street law, contract law. So all of the laws are covered. So the students have gained like experience from real life situations. Moving on to the Faculty of Public Administration, it has more than 700 students. 200 of them are international students from 10 countries. We have a study program in European Public Administration, which is fully in English. But we also have BA and MA study programs in Public Administration and European Public Administration, which are in Slovak combined with English. Uh, at the Faculty of Public Administration, it's closely tied to the Faculty of Law. However, it's more like practical for the administration part of the law side. So you're not going to be a lawyer, but you can find a job in the administration side of the country, or you can find a job at the European level of the institutions. But we also provide PhD studies in the program of public administration, and the faculty responds to the specific need to educate managers in the field of state administration and self-government. So they try to teach as best as they can. So these are the institutes that the Faculty of Public Administration is a part of. It's a part of the Digital Government for Green Municipalities and Cities, the Future of Public Administration, the Public Administration Education Quality Enhancement, and as well as this German institution that I'm not going to try to pronounce. I'm sorry. Then we have the Faculty of Arts, which has more than 1,400 students. 180 international students come here from 17 countries. We have study programs in English, French, and German. And we have many programs here because the Faculty of Arts has a lot of different programs. It's not arts as arts like fine arts, it's arts and humanities. So we have different study programs, for example, history, Slavic studies, English language, Latin language, philosophy, history, psychology, political science, and social work. So there's a lot to choose from. These are, as I said, BA and MA studies, as well as PhD studies. For example, at the Department of British and American Studies, you can study the English language, linguistics, and you can also become an interpreter or a translator. For the Faculty of Arts, we have multiple cool things that we have. For example, we have Licolab, which is a translation. It's a laboratory for interpreters. We have interpreter booths where most of our students practice their interpreting skills, and then they can transform them into real practice. I myself studied translation interpreting, and this laboratory is very good because there's no other place where you could practice like this in our city. We also have a faculty student magazine, which is also a project of our study of our students from the media study program. And we also have the university student television, which is also a part of the media program. And the last is the Institute of Physical Education and Sport. We only have a BA study program in sports and recreation. There's more than 60 students here, and there's a lot of activities for the students that we offer, not only for the students of the Institute of Physical Education and Sport, but for the students of the university as a whole. We give them the chance to practice aerobics, body form, bouldering, basketball, pretty much all the sports that you can think of. All of them are offered here, and the students can select them as a subject, and they can train there for free. But also for winter courses, we have techniques for downhill skiing, cross-country, snowboarding, and survival course. And for summer sport activities, we offer aerobics by the sea in Croatia, recuperation in Hungary, or rafting on a river in our country. So apart from the faculties and Institute of Physical Education and Sport, we also have the Botanical Garden, which was founded in 1950 and is the largest botanical garden in Slovakia with the area of 30 hectares. It is a beautiful place that, for example, the students of botany have the chance to pretty much observe and analyze various plants that we have there. We also have the University Counseling Center, which provides free counseling services to students and staff in Slovak and English. For example, in psychological counseling, career counseling, social counseling, legal advice, or maybe guidance in effective learning for students with special needs. And lastly, we have TIP, which is a center of scientific and technological excellence in the field of medicine, life sciences, and unique advanced nanomaterials. And its main mission is building cooperation between scientific teams for research and applications with effective functioning background for business activities in biomedical and high-tech industries. So this would be all from the presentation. I would like to also talk about the student fees. So if you decide to study in English, there are tuition fees. Each faculty has its own tuition fees, ranging from 3 to 6,000 euros per semester. The most expensive study program we have is general medicine. Oh, I'm sorry, not semester, per year. So that's 2 semesters. And the most expensive we have is general medicine and dental medicine, which is 13,000 euros per year. However, there is a good thing that we have, that if you decide to study in Slovak, and there is no need to prove your level of language, just your eagerness that you want to study in Slovak, that you will learn and study in Slovak, the studies are completely free. So there is no need to pay. So studying in Slovak is a great idea. We have a lot of Ukrainian students that study here. Also in Slovak, I have a few of my classmates that studied here in Slovak, and I don't think they had any issues. Okay, so I guess we can move to the questions. Okay, let me just see if I can put this on the, there we go. Okay, we can display this. So you notice that some programs at UPJS require entrance exam, but not entirely clear. Is this required for all faculties or only specific fields like medicine? What is the format, written test, interview, motivation letter? Are there any sample texts available? Okay, so for the programs, for example, medicine, you have to take a written test if you want to study medicine. For medicine, there is a written test that comprises of 100 questions from chemistry and 100 questions from biology. These are multiple answer questions, but you can find books that we provide that cover all of the questions that will be on the tests. There's books that have 1,000 questions, and from these books, the questions are the test only comprise of these questions, so there's not going to be any like surprise question. But other faculties, it depends on how full the how many people try to attend. So for example, the faculty, let's say the faculty of law, if there are not enough students, like let's say the limit is 20 and there's going to be 15 people that want to study, there's going to be no written test. And this basically works for most of the faculties. However, the only thing that we require is the your high school diploma and like the the marks from your high school education. But this depends on all the faculties, and you can find all the information on the faculty websites, because each year the information can change, and the faculties update their websites for incoming students pretty much every year. So I hope that answers your question. We have more of these questions. Okay. So we have a question. What is the cost of tuition for art specialties? For the Faculty of Arts, I have my colleagues looking at the data. Is it 3,000? Okay, so for English program at the Faculty of Arts, it's 5,000 euros per year. However, as I said, the tuition is free if you decide to study in Slovak. There is an exception at the Faculty of Arts if you study British and American studies. You can study in English for free, because it is a program that is studied in English. So this one is completely free, even if you are even if you decide to study in English. Okay, I hope that also answered your question. Let's move to another one. I'd like to display. Okay, there we go. Thank you. If a student is currently studying at another Slovak university, is it possible to transfer to our university and have completed subjects recognized? You have completed your first year as a technical university, but feel our university offers more suitable program. Okay, I'll try to answer the first half of the question. It depends on what program you're trying to apply to. If you say if you study at the technical university, our university doesn't really cover any technical stuff. The only thing that we have in common is computer science. But these are case-to-case basis, because we have a lot of students that transfer from other universities to our university. For example, we have students that transfer from, let's say, Comenius University. They study, let's say, psychology here. They studied bachelor, or they didn't finish their studies. Of course, they can apply here. However, as I said, it's a case-to-case basis. So you would have to get in contact with the student department at the correct faculty and explain the situation, and they will try to help you as best as they can. The second half of the question, well, there's multiple questions. So yes, we should acknowledge credits, and we do allow transfer. For example, scholarships. We don't really offer many scholarships. We have scholarships for like good grades, but these are only for like a limited amount of students per year. So it depends on what your grades were at the previous years, and then they will allow them. Okay, let's move to the.
Hi, I just wanted to add that the social scholarships are available immediately. If you qualify for them, you can apply for them as soon as you start the year. You should apply for them as soon. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. But as my colleague said, the good grade scholarship comes after proving the grades. So after one semester at least.
Okay, thank you. So the realistic overview of student expenses beyond rent. Okay, uh, so dormitories here cost around 120 euros per month. Uh, these are, you can either have a room with one other person or two other people. It depends on how they. I'm not sure if you can choose it, but you either live with one person or two people. The shared flat cost, well, the rent in the city usually for like a 2-bedroom apartment cost around 500 euros, uh, or more, maybe even higher for like 5 to 700, depending on which area of the city you choose. Obviously, the closer you go to the city center, the more expensive it becomes. But for example, if you rent a 4-bedroom apartment with 4 other people, and if you share it, I would assume it would be around 200 euro per student, which is not that bad. But you have to live with, of course, like 4 other people. So that's like the downside. Public transport, we have great public transport. The public transport ticket costs around 10 euros per month for students. However, our university is in the city center, and everything is in walkable distance, so you don't have to walk a lot. For example, the dormitories are next to the Faculty of Medicine and the University Hospital. So if you decide to study medicine, you basically have everything 5 minutes of walking distance. And from the dormitories, it's around 5 to 10 minutes walking distance to the city center, which has pretty much all required amenities for uh, the general life of a student. So you don't have to travel a lot. But as I said, it's 10 euros per month, and you can travel by bus, by tram, all around the city. So that's also a great option. And we have a lot of buses, a lot of trams that are transporting people from the city center to other city parts. So it's a great it's a great connection. Food, I would say like around 200 euros per month, 2 to 300. That's for food. But if you're a student, you can go way less. Obviously, you can save more money if you are a student. So I would assume like under 300, maybe under 200 if you're brave enough. But it's not that expensive. Mobile internet, I'm going to speak from my personal view. I have an unlimited data and call plan, which costs me 20 euros per month. So that's probably, I think, the cheapest one we have. There are more expensive ones, but this one covers unlimited data, unlimited calls. It works all around the country, so it's great. 20 euros. I don't think that's too much. Health insurance. A lot of Ukrainian students have health insurance from our insurances, which covers like basic needs. But what we generally advise our Ukrainian students is that they buy an extra commercial insurance, which is provided by one of our insurance companies. It's called Erapo from Union, and it basically covers all the necessary things that a student here would require. Are there any hidden costs? Document translation, admission fees, housing deposits. For document translation, obviously, if you want to get a document translated here in our city, you pretty much will have to pay for translation fees, which is normal, but the price is around, I'm like the general market price is like 10 euros per page, like per 1,800 characters, 10 to 15 euros. But there, you don't really need a lot of translated documents here. But the thing that will cost more money is you need like a stamp from like a person that can stamp like official documents. But I'm unsure about those prices. But these are not like astronomical prices. I believe it's like 10 to 20 euros per document. Admission fees. Usually the admission fees are around 50 to 60 euro, but those are for admission fees if you have a paper admission. I believe if you do an electronical admission, it's 30 euros. Housing deposits, I'm not sure if there are any housing deposits, but my colleagues have lived in dormitories, so I believe they can answer the question more correctly.
So I don't know how it works when you rent a shared flat or a flat by yourself. That's something we cannot vouch for when it comes to deposits. But when it comes to our dormitories that we offer for our students, there should not be any deposits. You usually pay upfront 1 month, but you do not need to pay, I don't know, 500 deposit. You can pay for the whole semester, which is around 500 euros plus minus, but it's for the whole semester. So it's not a deposit, it's the cost of living there for the whole semester or for the whole year.
Hi, as for the flat deposits, I do have some more information about that. So the most important thing is that usually when you're renting commercially from either the owners or whomever else, you need to pay 1 month deposit upfront with your first rent. So, for example, you pay 500 euros every month to live there. So the first payment that you make is 1,000, because the 500 plus that you pay is the deposit, which is usually you get it back once you end your lease. It is just some sort of an insurance for the owner, so that if God helps, anything gets broken or something like that, they can replace it. But usually you get the full deposit back. It's just some sort of an insurance, and it is usually the same as your usual rent.
Okay, let's move to another question I found. When choosing a university in Slovakia, you're also looking at options in Bratislava and Trnava. However, many sources state that our university stands for its strong international integration, English taught programs, and academic reputation. What exactly are these advantages? Are they mainly academic, curriculum, equipment, teaching staff, or is it more about overall student experience? Well, choose us. But no, for example, as we are the second largest university in the country, we have a lot of advantages. Uh, for example, our faculty of medicine, we are the biggest faculty of medicine. We have great like technologies, and also, as I said, the simulation center. But apart from like academic curriculum equipment, also a lot of students, we have not heard any like bad things come from our students about the university when it comes to their student experience. As I said, we are a smaller city compared to the capital. So as I said, the costs for the students are lower. You don't have to take the transport that often. The dormitories are close to pretty much all of the faculties and all the institutes. So that's a positive thing. And the city life, I've been to the capital many times, but well, we stayed here in this city because I believe it's better for students compared to the capital or Trnava. I'm not sure how Trnava is. I've never been there for a longer period of time, so I'm not sure how the cities or the university is. But I would say that as I said, we have a lot of international students who love being here, who have a great experience of studying here, and they choose to stay here even after their studies because we provide them chance to find a job after the university. I hope that answers your question. If you want to like ask more about this, feel free. So far, we'll move to the next question we have here. How does this work? Okay. Are there any preparatory programs for learning Slovak for Ukrainians so they can study in Slovak? I believe no. I don't think we have. We are planning to. However, these things are in talks.
Can I?
Yes, of
Sorry.
course. Yes.
We do have in the Faculty of Arts, there is a class that you can join for credits. It's Slovak for foreign students, and it's taught in 2 semesters in the first year. So you can study Slovak. But the teacher is going to be Slovak, so you will have still to have some kind of basic knowledge of the language. But it is taught for Ukrainians. So
Yes, but that's after you study here, but we don't have any programs that
okay.
are before your studies. But as I said, you don't really have to like have like this great knowledge because, as Amina said, we do offer courses in Slovak. So if you have like the basics, the first semesters, I believe you are taught Slovak. I know that at the Faculty of Medicine, most of the international students, even if they study in English, they have, I believe, compulsory Slovak, just because they can then after their studies work at the university because most of the patients don't know English that much. Okay. You heard that we have PhD programs with University of Netherlands, Spain, and France. Are there similar opportunities at the master's and bachelor level? Uh, so these would be more that it would not be like joint programs. Well, for the Faculty of Arts, we have, I believe it's a bachelor and master program that is joined with the faculty, not the university, some I think in Malaga. I'm not sure, but we do have bachelor and master joint programs. But for like semester abroad, it would be better to join an Erasmus program. We offer short-term, long-term internships, which can go up to from 2 weeks to up to 6 months. And we also have long-term studies, which are, I believe, either whole semester or 2 semesters abroad, which you choose a university and then you spend their time there, and all of the subjects that you choose will be accepted here. The general medicine program at our university has a long-standing tradition, but you're curious for practical focus. Do students really begin clinical practice in the third year? How is this organized? Does it take place at a university hospital or municipal clinics? Okay, great question. Thank you. So for the general medicine, the students do begin their clinical practice in the second year of studies. And at the dentistry, they started at the third year, or it switched around. I'm not sure, I always confuse them. But yes, from the second year, you will have clinical practice. For example, if you study dentistry, the university hospital has its, a dentistry wing where students go and have their clinical practice. I myself have a dentist at the university hospital, and multiple times during during any procedures, the students either watch or if the patient agrees, they can also perform the procedure on the patient. So they have a lot of clinical practice. And from our international students, I've heard that this is really good because some universities do not provide clinical practice at all. So they finish their studies and then they have to find a job, which is not the case for our students of either general medicine or dentistry. They do go to the university hospital and they have real life experience from the university hospital. And also, if the students want, they can also, as I said, go to an Erasmus program and they can have a study or an internship at a different hospital all around the Europe. So students have a lot of opportunities to have clinical practice. So if you finish your general medicine or dental medicine program, you will have a lot of practice. So you can start a job at any hospital all around the country or the world, and you will prove that you have clinical practice, which is really beneficial for our students. Okay, moving on to the next question. You are interested in studying general medicine at our university. If Ukrainian students can apply as international applicants, okay. So yes, you can apply as an international applicant. As I said, the admission fees for general medicine, if you study in Slovak, are free. However, you can choose to study in English, which is going to be for general medicine, it's going to be 13,000 euros per year. For scholarships, we have talked about them. There are scholarships you can apply to them when you start studying the social scholarships, but also we have good grade scholarships, but these are for like if you are a student for a longer period of time. The admission requirements, as I said, you have to have your high school diploma and like your grades from the high school years. There is a written test, as I said, from 100 questions from chemistry and 100 questions from biology. You can find both books containing all questions that will appear on the test at our website of the Faculty of Medicine. And yes, the program is available fully in English, since we have a third of the students of the Faculty of Medicine are international students. So yes, the programs is fully in English. There are no issues with our international students at this faculty. So, and we have heard only good things about the international program of the Faculty of Medicine. Okay, moving on the next question. Do we provide career support not only for students, but also for recent graduates? Yes, as I said, we have the Career Counseling Center, which helps students, but also, yes, you can, as a recent graduate, you can also have some counseling and they will help you. We have, at the Faculty of Arts, we have many career weeks that we have a lot of partner companies that come and present themselves. You can talk with them, network with them, and maybe land a job even during your studies. We have some faculties have internships, well, compulsory internships in different fields. And after your studies, you can decide to stay with the company, which is also great. Are there consultations for obtaining work permits, job platforms, internship, or university connection with companies? As I said, yes, we have the career weeks, we have the internships. The only thing I'm not sure about is the work permits, but that would be probably explained if you go to the counseling center, and they will help you pretty much with everything. But I know that a lot of international students that study here, if they have I think it's a student card or something like that, they can apply for work here, which is no problem. Okay, moving on to the next question. In some European universities, English taught programs are isolated, separate classes, minimal interaction with local students. You're looking for a university where international students are fully integrated into the academic environment. Do our English programs offer the same academic level, access to research and interdisciplinary opportunities as Slovak taught ones? Yes. For example, at the Faculty of Medicine and the Faculty of Science, the teachers that teach Slovak students are pretty much the same ones as they teach English ones. So the programs and the things taught are the same. They have we don't have any restrictions. We do not like discriminate. all English program students have access to every research and every opportunity. They can go on Erasmus. They can pretty much do anything that Slovak students do. About the integration, I am not sure. For example, for some programs are fully in English, but I'm not sure if they come in contact with Slovak students. But I would say so, because uh, we have a lot of students, and I don't think that there would be like the teachers or like people would have more time just to divide them. So the classes are divided in English and Slovak, but they are integrated in together. They come do research together. That happens. Okay, you're seeking a university where instructors not only have academic backgrounds, but also real-world experience, doctors, IT professionals, lawyers, etc. Do we have professional through guest lectures, workshops, or special modules, and can students choose these as a part of their study plan? Yes, as I said, for example, at the Faculty of Law, we have real lawyers, judges, people from the courts. So yes, for example, at the Faculty of Medicine, most teachers who are at the Faculty of Medicine are also doctors. For example, our rector is a cardiologist. He also practices cardiology actively, and he also teaches. So a lot of our like highly renowned teachers at all faculties have practice. For example, at the Faculty of Arts, we have actual translators, interpreters. One teacher that teaches interpreting is an interpreter at the European Parliament, or like the European Union as a whole. He has multiple business trips to either Strasbourg or any place where European Parliament takes place. So yes, we have a lot of real world professionals that do teach at our university. It's not only people that just have an academic background. So yes, we have a lot of good teachers. Okay, let's move to another question, a short one. Are international students allowed to work part-time during their studies? Yes, yes. That's a quick question. Yes, yes, you can. We have a lot of international students, as I said, and yes, they can work. Are there any preparatory courses or foundation programs available before starting the full medicine program? Also, yes, it is a newly created program, I believe. Well, I've been told it's an old one. I thought it's a new one, but yes, we do offer preparatory courses. So you don't have to worry. You can take the preparatory courses. I believe you go through all of the questions, all of the necessary things, so you can successfully complete the admission. So yes, you have. Moving on to the next question. Is it true that studying Slovak is free of charge even for international students? If yes, does this apply to Ukrainian applicants as well? Yes, it is. If, as I said multiple times, and we really love telling this to people, if you study in Slovak, yes, the study is completely free. There are no charges except for like living here, yes, dormitory and all the rest. But tuition is completely free, and you do not have to show like your knowledge of the language. You just need to show your willingness to learn the language enough so you can study and finish the course. So yes, and it also applies to Ukrainian students. Yes. So that is an important thing that we have. You're an applicant from Ukraine and you're planning to apply to the Faculty of Natural Sciences. You have a GPA of 1 in high school. As far as you know, previously there was no need to take an exam. However, you heard that this year is required to submit the results of a national exam for Ukrainian students, school students. Is it necessary? I'm going to be honest, I've not heard about this news. As I said, each year the admission process changes. But as far as I know, students with good grades And if there's not a lot of applicants, you don't have to have any written test. But I'm not sure what the national exam for Ukrainian school students is. In the background, my colleagues are looking at the data if it's necessary. However, I would say that I don't think so. However, please take this with a grain of salt. And if you are planning to apply, do contact the study department at the Faculty of Science, and they will help you even more because they know more about their application processes at their faculty. But as I said, usually if there's not a lot of applicants, we only require the high school diploma and the grades from the past years. So I don't believe you would have to write a written exam. Okay, let's move to another question which has not been answered. The data analysis and artificial intelligence program looks very promising. Does it focus more on mathematics or programming? Which programming language are taught? Python, R, Java? Where can you find a detailed list of courses and modules? Okay, I'm gonna try something that we have had here, which are pop-up windows, so a call to action. I'm gonna share a link that you can click, which has all of the study programs. Let me just wait a second. Have patience. And this this list has all the study programs. Okay, this is not the one. In the meantime, maybe my colleagues can answer other questions.
Okay, so a little bit more about the question that we do have right here, the data analysis and artificial intelligence program. From what it looks like, it is more a program that's focused on, in the bachelor course of studies, more, I would say, on at first on mathematics, but later you will specifically get the data analysis section, and later on the master's part of the course, then programming plays a bigger part. But just to stay in the bachelor's, we do have the basics of Linux. We do have the programming as like a specific Python for advanced students. So from the question, I would say that mostly with the bachelor's, it is focused on Python, at least from what it seems as the selection of courses that you have as a student. Because with our, my colleague was not talking about it maybe yet. With our study programs, there is a lot of, yeah, there's that. There's a lot of individuality, and there is focus on really looking at what interests you as a student. So a lot of the time, the curriculum of the study program is not just strictly set in stone, that you do not have any type of variation to look at. Maybe you as a student are more interested in programming than mathematics. In that case, you can always choose more voluntary courses which focus on programming rather than mathematics. You, of course, have to have the compulsory courses that these are usually 10 or 11 courses that every student must take during their studies. But other than that, you can pick and choose what interests you the most and what maybe is beneficial for your thesis or whatever you would like to do later once you get the degree, I would say.
Okay, thank you. And as you can see, I've managed to put the study programs. If you click the button, you're going to be transported to the website that has all of these study programs. You can click each faculty. You can click each program. It's going to be the full list of all the subjects from the first year to third year, for masters from first to second. So you can find all of the information that you can find there. Okay, let's move to this question I found interesting. One of your main concerns is the student's first day in a new country, unfamiliar language, unfamiliar city, arranging houses, insurance, bank accounts, transfer passes. Do we have a structured welcome program for international students? Is there English language support, such as student mentors who can guide newcomers through the initial administrative steps? And if I may, I would like to ask Amina. She's a Ukrainian international student, and if she could answer this question, I believe she would answer this question more correctly than I would.
Okay, so should I answer it in English or Ukrainian?
You can answer in Ukrainian, of course.
Окей. Значить, як такої програми нема, вам доведеться самим якось розібратися, шукати інших студентів, які вже навчаються в університеті, і вони вам допоможуть. Є програма, яка називається Buddy. Ви можете знайти більше інформації на сайті. І це студенти-волонтери, які готові вам допомогти з навчанням, з університетом та розібратися з усією системою. Добре, мову вам треба буде пройти хоча б якийсь базовий курс мови, щоб підготуватися. З гуртожитком вам університет допоможе. Для цього є студійне відділення, вам з цим підскажуть. Банк з цим ви маєте розібратися теж самостійно. Тут є програми в різних банках, які пропонують відкрити рахунок для студентів. І вони мають різні програми та пропозиції, наприклад, дають 30-50 євро на ваш рахунок за те, що ви відкрили вже. І його можна відкрити з українським закордонним паспортом. Щоб відкрити пропуск на транспорт, у вас буде ISIC-карточка, це карточка студента, і за допомогою неї ви можете піти до вокзалу і поповнити там рахунок, і тоді ви зможете користуватися нею як пропуском на абсолютно весь публічний транспорт у місті. І так, думаю, це все. Взагалі, найлегше це звертатися до відділення для студентів. В кожному факультеті він є, і вам там підскажуть, там розмовляють англійською, словацькою. І, як я вже казала, є програма Buddy, про яку ви можете знайти більше інформації на сайті. Це студенти, які вам допоможуть. Okay, I think.
Thank you very much. I hope this answered the question for this person. Okay, let's move to the next question.
So I would like to answer the question on the temporary protection of students that are currently in some other European state, for example, Poland or Czechia, and they want to relocate in Slovakia. From what I found, you have to go to the embassy or a consulate of Slovakia, either in Poland, in Czech Republic, wherever you are, if you want to relocate. And this stands with all of the countries. If you have a temporary protection in some European country and you want to relocate to some other country, you first have to, because all countries have different rules, and if you want to relocate to some other European country, you have to go to the embassy or a consulate of the country you want to go to and ask there, because of the different rules. And if you traveled outside the country for a longer time than 30 days, 90 days, depends, you can get your temporary protection in the country you are staying in revoked. So please be careful of this, and do not transfer to Košice without checking the facts and the legal questions. just so that you do not lose your protection status in European Union. I hope that answers it. So please, if you want to relocate to Slovakia, if you want to enroll, please go to, I believe in Poland, in Krakow is the nearest consulate, and in Czech Republic, I'm sure in Prague or Brno, there are some consulate as well.
Okay, so moving to next question. You are seriously considering our university for studies. Thank you. But the opinions about our city are mixed. So on one hand, it's the second largest city, student-friendly, peaceful, and historically rich. But on the other hand, it's well less known than our capital or Vienna. How comfortable is life there for foreign students, especially in the beginning? Is there enough infrastructure, public spaces, dining options, healthcare, transport? And what is the student life like in reality, especially for someone who doesn't speak Slovak fluently? I would answer this question, but once again, I would ask Amina to answer this because as she's a student international here, so she would, I believe she answered a part of the question in the previous one, but maybe she can add information about what the life in the city is here. So if you could please.
Okay, so I would say that the city is pretty student friendly and welcoming for foreigners. It's pretty nice here. The public space, there is a lot of spaces for students to hang out. However, you have to be careful with the dining options. There are a lot of restaurants in the city center and the prices are very high. So you have to be ready that it's quite pricey to dine in a city. Healthcare healthcare here is expensive as well unless you have an insurance, and it's best to have a local like union or something like that. You find an insurance in Košice, and it's better to have here than Ukrainian. Transport. На рахунок транспорту я не була в Україні дуже давно. Я не знаю точно, чи змінилася там система, але в Словаччині білети ви купуєте лише трохи по-іншому. Ви купуєте їх на час, на якийсь період, наприклад, на 30 хвилин або на годину. І ви можете на протязі цих 30 хвилин міняти автобуси або трамваї і по місту. У вас ніби є як пропуск користуватися публічним транспортом на протязі цих 30 хвилин. Білети одноразові для студентів коштують 30 хвилин 45 або 50 центів зараз. Ще одне. Тут є багато студентів з України в нашому університеті. Я навчаюся в факультеті філософії. Нас дуже багато, тому і студенти зі Словаччини, вони дуже привітні і відкриті. Вони будуть допомагати вам і спілкуватися з вами по-англійськи, якщо це для вас зручніше, і вони вам допоможуть. Так що не переживайте, тут досить приємний процес навчання.
Thank you. And I would like to add for the dining options, yes, of course, the main square, which is the closest to most of our faculties, yes, at the main road in our city center, yes, the dining options are a bit expensive. But if you try to like go a few meters, like deviate from the main city part, which is like a few minutes walking distance, you'll find other restaurants which are less expensive. You also have a lot of fast food options, of course. We have shopping malls with a lot of different options. We have a lot of the delivery services, which have a lot of promotions, discounts. Like even us as employees, we order a lot of food, and I would say that usually, like if I would like to average it, if you take like all the restaurants combined, like a lunch menu would cost you around, I would say, €10 on average. However, if you decide to live in a dormitory or even shared flat, of course, buying groceries is cheaper, making your food own is cheaper, but it's not that expensive to dine out. I would say like dining out each lunch and each dinner, that would cost a lot, but there are a lot of students that cook for themselves or took like cheaper options, and it's possible. So it's, for example, compared to our capital or Vienna, I would say we are much cheaper because for the capital, you could probably say like the prices would be 30% more expensive, and Vienna, I would say even more.
I would also add that we have a really great canteen at our university, and I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but they have a program where you pay, for example, €6 for your lunch, and then you get some money back on your card. So if you want, you can always lunch at the university.
Yes, for the card option, we have, when you study here, you get an ISIC card and you can put money on the ISIC card. Let's say you charge it with like €20. You go to our canteen, you get lunch, and let's say the lunch costs €6. The university is obliged, well, not obliged, like it's compulsory that they will charge back, I think it's like 370 or €4 now for each lunch. So let's say if your lunch at total costs like €6, you're only going to be charged €2 from your card. So it's a very budget friendly option. We have, as students, for example, you could live off, I would say €50 a month. If you put on that card, you could pretty much eat there in the canteen 2 to 3 times a week, and you would still have money left over next month. So it's a cheaper option. The food is great. We have multiple canteens. We have one at the Faculty of Arts. We have one at the dormitories, which are next to the Faculty of Medicine. We have one at the Botanical Garden, I believe, because there's also study, like you can have classes there as well. And I think there's a fourth one, but I'm not sure where. But there's multiple places over canteen. So yes, you can eat pretty much all around the city. Okay, so we have a lot of them. Yes, so the options are great. Okay, we do have one question here in Ukrainian, and unfortunately, I cannot read it. So once again, I would like Amina to answer it. And there's 2 likes, so I guess people want to answer this question. So
The question is why I have chosen to study in Slovakia, and what were my criteria to choose this university. Для мене це був вибір простий. Я з Ужгорода, тому я дуже часто подорожувала до Словаччини, і я вчила словацьку мову з дитинства. Коли я вибирала університет, я більше вибирала від того, що саме я хочу вивчати. І на момент, коли треба було вирішувати, я дуже любила англійську мову, літературу, історію, тому зараз я навчаюся на факультеті філософії, я навчаюся на кафедрі англійської мови і British and American Studies. Для мене перевагою стало те, що навчання тут абсолютно безкоштовне. і я ще до того могла навчатися ще й на англійській безкоштовно. Процес щоб подання документів досить легкий. Якщо ви хочете заповнювати онлайн, там все прописано, вам вказано, які документи ви маєте під'єднати до вашої заяви на навчання. І, як сказав вже мій колега, не треба здавати вступні екзамени. Вас приймають до університету, і вам просто треба прийти і навчатися, і старатися кожен день. І думаю, це буде все так. Вибирайте те, що вам подобається. В цьому університеті є дуже багато різних програм, і щось обов'язково знайдеться для вас.
Thank you for answering the question. As of now, I don't see any new questions, and we have around 20 minutes, I believe, 19. So if there are any other questions, feel free to ask. I will replace the study programs link that is there, and I will put our social media link that you can click. You'll also find the university website. You'll find our Instagram, our Facebook, these are our international ones. So these are more catered towards international students, other than like our local Slovak students. So it's you'll find all the necessary information for that. There are brochures there as well. So let me just post that. There we go. Okay, so if you click that, it's going to transport you to the link tree. We have our website, as I said, all the details about the mobilities you can go, the University Counseling Center, links to all the faculties, and the brochure which we presented from today. It's also in Ukrainian and English. And if you save this link, we update this link tree with more stuff. So if we have something new, it's going to end up here. And of course, any news are going to end up on our Instagram page, which is updated frequently.
There is one question in the chat. I just
Okay.
want to clarify. Я вивчаю в університеті англійську мову, літературу та історію, тому в мене навчання на англійській і безкоштовне. Всі інші програми на англійській мові будуть платні. Інформацію про те, скільки коштує навчання на інших факультетах або на інших програмах на англійській, ви можете знайти на сайтах. Це все відкрита інформація. Або якщо ви не можете це знайти, просто напишіть до відділення для студентів, і вони вам відповідять швидко і пояснять все ще раз. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that I study for free because I study English language. That's why my study program is free.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say also. As I clarified before, Ukrainian students can study in Slovak for free. However, the British and American is an exception. You can study in English for free, which is the only program you can study in free in English, even if you study as in English, as I said.
Okay, so there are more questions in Ukrainian, and another one is they're language-based. Yeah, this one. Я не знаю просто, як вам йде вивчення чужої мови. Якщо у вас легко це виходить, то, звичайно, це можливо. Я перед тим, як поступати в Словаччину, вчила словацьку лише півроку-рік. Але знову, я з Ужгорода, і я знала словацьку, і я багато подорожувала до Словаччини все своє життя. Тому я не можу точно сказати, як вам вийде вивчення мови, але воно Словацька мова не тяжка, багато слів схожі на українські і є курси словацької, ви можете їх знайти онлайн, або, можливо, у вашому місті є це. Є книга, яка називається «Кріжом-кражом». Не знаю, чи я можу це написати зараз тут. По цій самій книзі це буде проходити курс словацької мови, який пропонує наш університет для закордонних студентів. Зараз спробую знайти. Кріжом. Ну, написала до чату. Це назва книги, по якій більшість курсів словацької мови вивчають словацьку для тих, хто хоче вивчити мову. So, if you want to learn a Slovak language, you can check the book called Кріжом-кражом, sorry. Yeah. And just take some language courses. Okay.
So for learning the language, we have had during our fairs, when we were at the international fairs, we had a student that studies at I think it's in Trnava or Trenčín. She's from Kazakhstan, and they only offer programs in Slovak. She is currently studying at the 3rd year of bachelor studies. She speaks perfect Slovak, and she said that she learned Slovak in like 6 months. So I believe if our languages are very close to each other, studying the language is not that hard if you have I'll say a drive for learning the language, and if you really want to study at our university for free. I believe that you can manage to study. You said 2 years, so I believe 2 years is completely enough to learn the language, enough so you can study even like highly academic subjects. That's from like the experience we've had from our colleague we've seen from the other university.
Also, like I've said, the staff at the university, professors, students, anyone really, they're all welcoming, and they have had so much experience with Ukrainian students that they will understand you. They will. You just have to try.
I believe this question has been answered. I'm not sure. That's on the screen.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Do you need any certificates for knowledge of the Slovak language? No, you do not. If you decide to study in Slovak, as I mentioned, you only need to, you don't even need to show it, but you need to prove your willingness to learn language and study in the language enough so you can pass tests and pass like oral and written exams. But no, there's no required certificates for knowledge of the Slovak language if you decide to study in Slovak. Let's look at the other questions. Maybe there's more. There's this one. I'm not sure if this was been answered.
It's about language courses in Slovak.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so.
Okay, so far there's no new questions. We have last 10 minutes. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. As I said, click the link, follow us on our social media. We post regularly all the updates about, for example, right now we have the deadlines of this year's exam, admission deadlines. But with new admission deadlines, we'll also post for international students for studies in Slovak, all necessary information that's happening all around the university. So if you stay in touch with us, you'll know pretty much all that's happening. And if you follow the main university social media, you'll know more about like all of the university, not just international. So we're just gonna wait for any questions since we have 10 minutes. I would like to thank everyone that joined today. I would like to thank my colleagues that joined. I would like to thank Amina as well for helping us with the Ukrainian questions. And we're just gonna wait here for 10 minutes.
Right, so Jakub, Amina, and Miroslava, thank you very much for the information, presentation, and answering all of these questions. Hope this will be helpful as for the students and applicants here, and also to the ones who will see this presentation after in record.